Good day, kid. Welcome to another class. Today we shall be learning and completing the topic how sounds are made. You remember how sounds are made. Again, how sounds are made. Last class we talked about what sound is, how we hear, and why we hear sound, the instrument that produces sound, and we also discovered that sound travels through air. Today we are going to be looking at how we can measure sounds. We are going to look at some sounds and their decibels, written as dB, that is the level of the sound. We are going to know sound medium. What are the materials that carries sound? Okay, we are going to know which is the fastest and which is the slowest. We're also going to know what are sound proofs. We're also going to know the importance of sound proofs, and then you also identify examples of sound proofs material. So let's begin. We have said that sound are produced whenever there is a movement or vibration. This sound that is produced, we can actually know how much loud or how much soft it is. We can know the exact value. And we measure sounds by using a sound instrument or device called sound level meter. Say it with me, sound level meter. Just as we measure time in seconds, we also measure sounds in decibels. Say decibels. Say it again, decibels. Say it again, decibels. Now, look at the way I wrote the decibel there. It's written as a small letter D, a capital letter B. Very important, with no space. I wrote it again. Small letter D, capital letter B stands for what? Decibels. It is a unit of sound. Just like the way you have the unit of time in seconds, the unit of temperature is degree Celsius, right? The unit of mass is what? Gram and kilogram, is it not? The unit of length is what? Meter. So also the unit of sound is decibel. It is a special unit of sound. Now, let's look at some sounds and their decibel. This device I showed you just now, let me go back there. This device you see is called a sound. So we'll look at the sounds and their decibels. When everywhere is silence, the sound level meter will be reading 0 decibel. All right, you can see there's 0 decibel because there is no sound at all. But when we are whispering, like I'm saying something like, "How are you? What is your name?" That is called whispering. Okay, the sound level meter will be reading 30 decibel. But when rain is falling, it's 40 decibel. Talking normally, like I'm talking to you, is around 60 decibel. Busy city where there is traffic is about 80 decibel. A train, train. If you have not seen train before, at least you've watched movie where you see the train. If the train is about to move, you hear one noise, right? Or if it passes by, you hear the noise that accompanies it. That sound or noise, because it's too high, is 99. Is 99 decibel. Fireworks is 120 decibel. MP4 player at high volume is about 120 decibel. And then you have your airplane that is taking off is about 140 decibel. Then loud thunder is about 110 decibel. When sound is too high, it affects our eardrum and it is considered as what? Noise. Anything that has to do with sound that is affecting your eardrum is noise. You should avoid them. Why? Because if you don't avoid them now that you are young, when the person is growing old, they will now be having what we call partial deafness. He will not be hearing at old age, because when he was young, the eardrum was really disturbed with so much noise. The noise is considered in the following areas. When we're having a normal conversation and then somebody is shouting above 60 decibels, is noise. The person is making noise. The background music is noise. All right. And office noise inside car is at 60 meter per hour, is above 70. Once it's above 70, it is considered a noise. A vacuum cleaner average radio, if it's above 75, is considered as noise. Your epic traffic, your window air conditioner, noisy restaurant, power lawnmower, they are all considered noise above 89 or 80 to 89 decibel, and they are very harmful to our ear. So now let's proceed. Sounds travel through various medium. The medium of a sound is the matter which allow sound to pass through it. Remember in our last class we talked about sound can travel in solid materials like steel, liquid materials like water, and gas material, or which is air. Now the speed in which the sound travel are given below. The speed of sound in air is 330 meters per second. So what this means is that when we talk, the sound travel as far as 330 meters in 1 second. The speed of sound in steel is 3,600 meters per second. This tells you that sound travel very fast in steel than that in air. What about the speed of sound in water? The third one is 1,430 meters per second. This means that sound travel fastest in solid, which is steel, and slowest in air. Okay, but sound travel faster in water than it travels in air. True. What do you understand by the word volume? Volume simply means a measure of how loud or soft sound can be. Some sound are soft, is low, others are loud, we call it noise. The volume of a sound is how soft or loud a sound can be. When it is soft, the volume is low, and when it is loud, the volume is high. You know what I'm talking about? Your phone, your TV, and all those things, they all have volume, right? And use it to regulate the sound. Let's now look at the word soundproofs. What are soundproofs? Soundproofs are material that do not allow sound to pass through them. What I say? They do not allow sound to pass through them. In other words, they are opposite of sound medium. Alright? They are the direct opposite of sound medium. Why sound medium will carry the sound with all joy and happiness? Okay. Soundproofs will stop the sound from passing through them. Importance of soundproofs. Why is soundproof important? It is important because it helps to reduce noise pollution. Remember I talked about noise pollution, right? Wherever there's too much noise, you can use soundproof to reduce noise pollution. It can be in your house, it can be in your bedroom, it can be even in your school. It can be anywhere. You can use soundproof to reduce noise pollution. Let me give you an example. You are living close to a neighbor that likes playing loud music, right? And you want to sleep. If the music is too loud, sometimes you just get your pillow, and then what do? You use it to cover your two ears, right? And what happens? The noise becomes very reduced, and that can enable you to sleep. So that is one importance of soundproof. Soundproof also protect our ears and stop loud noise from reaching our eardrum. I told you earlier, if loud noise keep entering our eardrum, at old age we'll be experiencing partial deafness. We'll not be hearing what people are saying. So soundproof help us to avoid such thing. Soundproof also help us to record music without noise, like in a glass studio. See all this music you hear that they are playing, like which music is raining now? I don't even know. Okay, let me see. One of all these songs you hear, they normally record them in a studio where there is no noise. They put soundproof materials so that even if somebody's car is passing or somebody is talking, to not affect what they are doing inside. Okay, so that is why soundproof is important. Like as I'm talking to you now, I'm positioning myself in a place where there will be little or no noise so that you can hear me. So this is an example of a soundproof as well. Let's look at examples of soundproof materials. What do you see here? Do you see chair and table? No. What I see is here a glass. Glass is a very good soundproof. That was what Robot Boy did, right? Remember, it was a glass jar. It's a very, very good soundproof. It tends to reduce noise to the minimum. Sometimes you cannot even hear it at all. So glass is a very, very good soundproofs. What about this? You know this already, right? This is what? This is an ear protection, or simply earphone. Okay, it's like an headset, but it's made of foam to protect your ear from extreme noise. All right, this is a brick wall. These are ones we use in making studio works. All right, where there will not be any single music at all. This is what? A rug. You put a rug at home. Remember, when you step on a rug, how do you feel? Do you hear any sound at all? No, you don't, because they absorb all the sounds. So that is a good example of what? Soundproof materials. That brings us to the end of the class. So we've talked about sounds, how they are made, why we hear sound, examples of sound devices. We also looked at how we measure sound, the decibels. Not only that, we also looked at different sounds and their decibels. We talked about sound proofs and why they are important to us. I want you to remember to attempt your quiz and stay safe. See you in the next class.